It's on. Okay, I have a couple questions about shelters. Uh, this shelter is 8 foot wide by 6 foot long. I thought I said in the other video, I may not have. This is 8 foot wide by 6 foot long. Now this is a full grown sow in here. She's probably 375. She's not 400, but she's every bit of it. Now that's her in there laid down sideways. So as you can see, and she's probably about 2 foot off the back of the house there. The summertime, you can get 2 sows in here and be comfortable. You put 3 sows in here, one sleeping outside. And I can tell you in the wintertime, I could get away with putting 3 sows in here. In the wintertime, I can get away with it because we get frigid weather out here. So 3 sows would be fine for 8 by 6 in the wintertime. In the summertime, 2 sows. That's plenty big enough for this. I had a couple people that been telling me that you could put 5 to 6 sows in a shelter like this, and 2 or 3 of your sows will be sleeping outside. I just wanted to go over that real quick. People are asking about shelters and how I'm building them and how many I can put in these shelters. And this is for 2 sows, or you could feed out, 3 or 4 feeder pigs in here. Like I said, this is just a little demonstration shelter-wise. I don't like to make them any bigger than this, and I don't like to make them any taller than this. The only other size I like to make for my shelters are 8 by 8s. I don't want to make anything bigger than that because of how the lumber is and how scarce lumber is now. I'd just rather not cut any more lumber than what I have to. I'd rather just stick the whole piece on there without cutting and wasting lumber now. I don't want to go any more than 4 foot tall on these roofs. Now this side's about 4 foot 9 inches the front is, and the back's 4 foot tall, so there's only 9. Probably only really ain't that much of a drop on it at all. And we'll see how that works out for me this winter. We've had heavy rains and it works just fine. Now with this pen right here, in the winter times, the only reason why I want it 4 foot tall is because if I have a shelter that's 8 foot tall, I might as well put calves in it. These pigs in the winter time, this low roof is going to hold the heat down on them, make them more comfortable in the winter times. I need in the winter times, it's almost mandatory to have the heat down on your pigs. Try to have something sits low on top of their backs. So the heat off the pig will stay there. It'll help them out. Believe it or not, it'll help you out a lot. Your pigs will be a lot more comfortable in the winter times when they're inside of here, and it's a lot warmer on them. Now, I had another question. How do I know when they're about to farrow? It helps if you know when the pig, your boar was in with her. That's the first thing you want to do is you know when that sow's being bred to that boar. It helps you out a lot. If you don't know exactly, you should be able to tell within a couple weeks, especially if she starts showing milk. It's the one main thing. If she starts to show milk and you don't know the exact date, you need to start taking her up to the farrowing house. If you can keep her up there in the farrowing house, that's good. Because 9 times out of 10, she's not going to want to come down out of the farrowing house to this pen all the way down here 4 or 5 times. So when she starts showing milk, that's when I take them up there and I don't let them come back down to these pens till at least 7 or 8 weeks when I start weaning. And the last bit, the group that came down with them, the piglets I should have kept them away, but I didn't. I just now pulled them out of that pen. I kind of want to show you how I build my shelters and why I don't build them more than 4 foot tall. The summer times, I'm obviously not worried about the heat, but in the winter times it's crucial. I like to keep my heat inside here. That's why I like low roofs for the pigs. They hold heat a lot better. And that's about all I have to go over, guys. If you can send me a message if you got any questions, just do so.